Hey everybody, welcome back to Tabitha Speaks Politics. It is your girl Tabitha, and it looks like we are on the road to 100,000 subscribers. We talk all things politics over here, and we talk about it through viral political news stories, and it is from the perspective of an educated Black woman. I provide you with screenshots, I provide you with sources, so once I am done talking, you can then go and do your own research on the topic. So please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, help me to get to 100,000. I promise you won't be sorry. Do you remember a couple of weeks ago maybe? Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, I shared a video clip of Rachel Maddow talking about how Donald Trump has been going around the country repeatedly saying that he doesn't need votes. He doesn't need our votes. Remember that? And then she went to further explain why she thought he was saying that. It's because in some of these swing states, the electors board for some of these swing states, they have put election deniers on these boards. And so the plan is to create chaos over the election and the counting of votes at the state level before it even gets up to the federal level. If you are watching this video over on TikTok, you can go back to that video right there up in the right-hand corner. And if you're watching this video over on the YouTube, you can check out that video right there. MSNBC's Rachel Maddow confirms. Those videos will provide you with the commentary from Rachel Maddow when she goes into detail to discuss this situation that Republicans are brewing up on the state level. And in that video, I told you guys that I was going to be sending emails to Brad Raffensperger here in the state of Georgia and Brian Kemp here in the state of Georgia to let them know that I see them. I also told you guys that I was going to send an email to the DNC chair, and I think I added Merrick Garland to the list. Well, it turns out I didn't have to do any of that because Donald Trump opened up his big fat mouth and pretty much told Brian Kemp and Brad Raffensperger that, yeah, what Rachel Maddow was saying is true, because there are 3 election deniers on the Board of Elections here in the state of Georgia. And when Donald Trump came here and had a rally, he called those 3 election deniers out by name. He was praising them. One of the election deniers was there at the rally. And so that turned on the light bulb for Brian Kemp and for Brad Raffensperger. You see, once Donald Trump opened that big fat mouth and started bragging about the good work that these 3 MAGA election denying workers who are on the elections board here in the state of Georgia, Brian Kemp was like, what the no, we ain't doing that. And so he has been in consultation with the state attorney here, the Georgia state attorney, to inquire on where he stands to have those 3 election deniers removed from the board. Now, they've been having meetings and discussions in regards to this. We haven't heard yay or nay on what it is that he plans to do. But the state Democrats and the DNC and Kamala Harris, they have all gotten together to file a lawsuit against the Georgia Elections Board. Sweet. Here's more details.
This morning, election uncertainty continues to brew in Georgia. And Democrats are actually taking legal action to challenge new state rules they argue could delay the finalization of election results. 11 Alive's Ariana Manish joining us live this morning from the state capitol. Ariana, what can you tell us this morning?
Good morning. Democrats, they really have been pushing back against the actions and new rule changes by the state elections board for weeks now. And now with this new lawsuit, they're taking their fight to court. State and national Democrats are putting up a legal fight against the Georgia State Election Board over new election rules. The suit seeks to block two recent rules adopted by the Republican majority board. The first rule requires county election officials to make a reasonable inquiry if election results are accurate before certifying them. The second rule permits members of county election boards to investigate ballot counts. Plaintiffs are arguing the rules stand to make it easier to challenge election results and asking the court to declare that certifying election results is a mandatory duty and that election superintendents must certify election results no later than November 12th.
Make no mistake, what is
Come on,
unfolding
Lucy.
in Georgia is nothing less than a concerted effort to subvert democracy and move us backwards.
The lawsuit comes as Democratic lawmakers and members of the clergy are asking Governor Kemp to remove the 3 GOP board members who approved the new rules.
Election board does not exist to help Republicans win elections or to enrich its members.
The group held a press conference on Monday calling for resignation of Janice Johnson, Janelle King, and Rick Jeffries, saying they acted outside the scope of the board's authority when they
There's
approved
always
measures. Governor Kemp is now saying he's seeking a legal opinion to see if he has the authority to remove members. Kemp's office issued a statement saying, quote, "We have sought the Attorney General's advice regarding the application of the statute. The members have been under even more scrutiny after they were praised by former President Trump, who pressed Georgia election officials to challenge the 2020 results."
They're on fire. They're doing a great job. 3 members.
Now, State Election Board member Janelle King, she responded to the claims in a statement, calling them baseless accusations that she takes offense for. She also said that she will not stand for the intimidation of those who appointed us and the outright lies that continue to mislead the public to garner votes. Reporting live from the state capitol, Mariana Maniz for 11 Alive. Back to you.
For those of you who are in the state of Georgia and don't know Lucy McBath, let me explain to you a little bit about Miss Lucy McBath. Lucy McBath got elected into office after her 17-year-old son, Jordan Davis, was murdered. Her son was down in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't remember why he was there, if he was there with family or hanging out with friends, or if he was attending school. But he was at a gas station pumping gas and playing his music really loud, and there was a white man who didn't like Jordan Davis playing his music really loud while he was pumping gas, and had some things to say, and Jordan had some things to say back, and then the white man pulled out a gun and murdered him. After that, Lucy got activated in politics, and she quickly gained a voting base, and they shooed her right on in to office. But anyway, for my Georgians, this is what's happening here in the state of Georgia. You have 3 elections deniers sitting on the elections board, and they are chummy with Donald Trump, so much so that Donald Trump is shouting them out and praising them at one of his rallies, while he goes around the country telling us that he doesn't need our votes. He's got all the votes that he needs. And that just seems to coincide with what Rachel Maddow was warning us about 2 or 3 weeks ago, how these swing states are putting elections deniers on their elections board, and the plan is to create chaos when it comes to the counting of the votes and certifying the vote on the state level. I'm guessing they're going to refuse to certify the votes at the state level. They're going to try to stop it at the state level because they have no control once it gets to the federal level. We saw how that worked out in 2020. So these 3, even one of them were asking Donald Trump for a job should he get back into office. All of this is public. They're doing all of their corruption out in public. And Sister Girl said she will not be intimidated by these false lies, as if we don't see what's going on with our own 2 eyes. Listen, y'all don't have to get down in my comments and tell me that Brian Kemp ain't no savior. I know that. He is no savior. Killer Mike's good friend, Governor Brian Kemp, has been actively putting in new laws, new policies, new rules that actively suppresses the black and minority vote here in the state of Georgia. Don't forget the games that he played to get himself into the governorship for the state of Georgia. But let's hope that he can get these 3 election deniers booted off the board.